Buenos dias, Discovery.
Buenos dias, Houston. Good morning.
Good morning, Pedro.
It's a very great day for our Thursday in orbit. Everybody's smiling.
This is Mission Control, Houston. And this is a look at one of the experiments being conducted on board Discovery in the glove box housed in the mid-decks. This is the IFFD experiment, or the internal flows in a free drop experiment, that is looking at the characteristics of surface tension. Surface tension, again, is simply that property of a liquid surface that holds it together, similar to having a skin on it. Researchers are attempting to measure the surface tension of these drops, and the investigation uses an acoustic energy, or basically sound, to remotely control the position and the motion of these free-floating drops. Again, this is an investigation that has applications for potential improvements in the manufacturing process here on Earth.
Senator Glenn, were you more nervous being the first American to orbit the Earth or to be the oldest man ever in space?
Well, I think they're both great things to participate in, and I had a wonderful time that first time. I think I was probably more nervous back in those days because we didn't know much about space flight back in those days. We're sort of feeling our way and finding out what would happen to the human body in space, and now we're putting the whole thing to work for everybody up here, and so I think I was a little more nervous the first time.
Senator Glenn, how has technology advanced since Freedom 7?
Well, it's hardly even comparable because it's advanced so much, and we're learning so much, and we point out all the time that it's a benefit to people right there on Earth, too, all the things that we're learning. The science has gone from just learning how to do this, how to get into space, to 83 different research experiments that we have on board on this particular flight. And they're designed for a whole bunch of different things on the body and medical things and material matters and new medicines that are being experimented with and a whole bunch of things that benefit everybody right there. And so it's changed a great deal since way back in those days in '62.
Senator Glenn, would microgravity lessen the effects of certain types of joint pain?
Yeah, I think it would, because when you no longer have the same kind of pressure on those joints, why the pain should be much lessened. You know, we're studying a lot of those things up here, trying to now. One of the experiments I started out on yesterday was on osteo. It's an experiment that looks into bone structure and so on, and we hope to learn a lot in that area, too, that'll benefit a lot of people right on Earth.
Senator Glenn, do you think space travel will have a positive effect on people with osteoporosis or other degenerative diseases?
Yeah, I think we can learn a lot about these diseases. I really do, and we're just doing some of the experiments on that now. I mentioned osteo, the experiment we're dealing with here a few minutes ago, that shows how different cells combine or break down, and I think that can have a possible very, very big effect on medical experiments into the future.
Commander Brown, would a wound heal faster in space?
Well, actually, I'm not sure anyone knows the answer to that. Your body undergoes a number of changes when you get into the weightless environment up here in space, and that's one of the things that we're studying here on 95 is how that body changes and how your different systems are affected. For instance, your immune system, the system that keeps you healthy and fights off all the diseases that try to attack you up in space here, that changes. Actually, it gets a little weaker. We're not sure why. But we're actually studying that here on 95.
Commander Brown, what experiments should be done in the International Space Station that may have potential benefits for mankind?
That's a very good question. You know, we're out on the urge of launching the elements of the International Space Station and starting to assemble the station. And the things that we're going to do up there are going to be very beneficial to the folks on Earth. And we're going to do similar things that we do here on the shuttle, However, on the station, we'll be able to leave the experiments running for weeks and months and even years. And it's kind of like going on a camping trip. If you go there and get all settled in, about the time you start to enjoy yourself, you have to pack up and go home. And that's the problem with the shuttle compared to the space station. Once we get here and get all organized and start doing our science, pretty soon it's time to pack up and go home, whereas the space station will allow us to continue that research for many, many months. So that's one of our big benefits with the station.
Senator Glenn, what role do you think America's youth should play in the development of the space program, or how should they get involved?
Well, I think the youth should play a very major role because the future belongs to all the young people today, and what we're learning is going to be of benefit to all the people today. Into the future. So I think I'm glad to see so many young people interested in what's going on. I think some of the interest has come from things like TV programs that are fiction, like Star Trek and things like that. But, I find when I go around and talk at schools and places like that, that most of the young people are tremendously interested in space, and they know a lot more about it than most of their parents do, as a matter of fact, because they have followed it closer and learned more about it in school. Much of what we'll learn in the future will come from space. It's going to be a tremendous benefit to all the young people today.
Senator Glenn, how do you feel about being part of a scientific experiment as compared to being a pioneer in space travel?
Well, I like both of them. And back in the days when we were just going up for the first time and I was taking part in that, was a brand new experience. And, of course, this time around, we're on a different area of research. So I'm just glad to have seen things progress this far over all these last 36 and a half years. This is as we go across here, I'm looking out the window right now at the horizon way off here, some 2,000 miles away, I guess, from this altitude that we're at up here. It's a great experience, and not only is it a personal experience to get up here and look down like this, but the major thing is all the research we're doing is a benefit to everybody right there on the ground. That's the main thing.
T6, 20.1, T7, 20.0, T8, 20.1, T9, 19.8, T10, 29, TL, 91 Echo, TH, 142.
Copy.
T, 11.36 centigrade, 52.4 Fahrenheit.
And now in the view on the middeck here in Discovery is pilot Steve Lindsay in the left-hand corner of the image, and floating overhead mission specialist number 3, Pedro Duque. Duque is the first Spanish national ever to fly in space.
TE 5.359, TER negative 0.001, Q plus 2.10, QC 255.
Copy.
Data page 2, fan 514.0, slant 0.0. Battery 2533, slant 3.09 volts. TCS, PAR cold end.
Copy.
And for TCS, that was PAR cold enabled. QB 255, Q plus 2.10, DED 1 2058, DED 2 2057, QCMD 2040.
Copy.
QS plus 2.10, TE plus 5.413, TER plus 0.002, P 11.413, C, and FE 000.
Copy.
And for step 59 on AP01, MET was 2 days, 1 hour, 18 minutes. CRIM temp 11.4. Command temp 6.0. Sequence time 000:01:10. CRIM time 086:48:40.
Copy. Okay, and the last change we have is for you to delete step 28 on page 1-6 and step 29 on page 1-7.
Okay, 28 and 29 have been deleted.
And Discovery Space Hab for AGHF, we need to know the color of prom you used with the last cartridge insertion.
Yeah, I'll take this one since I'm in the Space Hub. The prom is black, just as the label of AGHF 6FM1.
We copy Pedro. We need one last item before we let you go. We need to know the third number on the lower line of the astroculture display.
Okay, I'll read you the lower line of astroculture. Just a moment. Okay, I'm here by astroculture. I'm starting to tell you the numbers. 22.9, 70.23, so that's 70.73, 154, 411.
Copy. Thanks for your help, Pedro.